Frankfurt, Germany. Months after Ukraine's Western allies limited sales of Russian oil to $60 a barrel, the price ceiling was still largely symbolic. Most of Moscow's crude oil, its main source of money, costs less than that, but the cap would be there if oil prices rose, preventing the Kremlin from pocketing extra profits to finance its war in Ukraine. Now it's time to put the price cap to its most serious test yet and expose its weaknesses. Russia's benchmark oil, exported mostly by Western ships required to comply with sanctions, has traded above its price ceiling since mid-July, pumping hundreds of millions of dollars a day into the Kremlin's war chest. The first signs of enforcement are emerging 10 months after price limit was imposed in December. With Russian profits soaring, the Israel-Hamas war pushing up global oil prices and evidence that some traders and shippers are evading price cap. But sanctions advocates say the pressure needs to go further to truly harm Russia. Benjamin Hilgenstock, a senior economist at Kiev School of Economics who advises the Ukrainian government, said reducing oil profits is what hits Russia's macroeconomic stability hardest. Oil revenue is the cornerstone of Russia's economy, allowing President Vladimir Putin to pour money into the military while preventing worsening inflation and currency collapse for ordinary people. Moscow's ability to sell more to the world than it buys means it has weathered sanctions much better than expected. The International Monetary Fund predicts that Germany's economy will grow this year while it shrinks. Yet Russia's main source of revenue is at risk due to increased sanctions. The U.S. Treasury Department imposed sanctions on 2 shipowners last week, while British authorities are investigating the violations. An international working group on sanctions at Stanford University said oil sanctions had cost Russia $100 billion by August since the invasion began. But economists say much of this is due to Europe banning Russian oil, costing Moscow its main customer. There are serious problems with the policy, but it could work, Hilgenstock said. With some improvements, it could be very effective. A report last week by the Helsinki-based Energy and Clean Air Research Center said ships owned or insured by Western nations continue to load Russian oil from all ports in Russia as prices have risen above the ceiling in recent weeks. These incidents serve as convincing evidence of violations against the price cap policy. Russia's oil revenue rose to about €200 million a day in September as global prices rose, the think tank said. SP Global Platts said a decline in oil prices worldwide as Saudi Arabia and Russia cut production pushed prices for Moscow's key export grade of crude oil to 74.46 last week. It has been above 60 since July 11. The price cap aims to limit the amount Russia can earn without taking its supply off the market. Doing so threatens a shortage in the U.S.